officially 7 days post-op from VSG. My name's Amy. If you wanted to know more about my surgery day and my immediate day 1, day 2, day 3 post-op, that is in my other video. This is going to be more of the actual week on how I was eating after surgery, not so much about what happened for surgery. Some people, the person have seen my other video, don't really want to hear it all over again. So, I will say my first 2 days were really rough. I was vomiting a lot. I didn't get in a lot of fluids. I was really stuck on ice chips and popsicles. That was all I could really get in. So then I started clear liquids. Well, first, actually, the next day I went to my x-ray. They checked for leaks, reagent, and contrast. It was disgusting. My suggestion for that is to have a pillow for the car, bring a vomit bag, or ask them to have a vomit bag on the ready, just in case, because my stomach, I actually didn't vomit. Out of all the times I vomited, I did not vomit the contrast, but I felt like I was going to, and I feel like a lot of people would. So then after that, the next day I went to see my doctor, and he told me to stay on clear liquids a little longer because of all the vomiting I was experiencing after surgery and how dehydrated I probably was from not getting in enough. I did receive 4 liters of fluid during surgery before I was allowed to be discharged because I was an outpatient procedure, but with all the vomiting, those 4 liters were just gone. I was sick. So clear liquids, I kind of stuck to the Powerade Zeros. I think the grape is my favorite. I love anything blue, like blue Gatorades and everything, but for the Powerade Zeros, I don't know why. The blue one just has a weird taste to me. I've stuck to water. I've got Propel packet in this one, a Propel Zero. I've been trying to get off the Powerade and drink more water because I just feel like that's better for me, but I still drink both. I was also given this from the doctor. It's the Premier Protein Clear. It's got 20 grams of protein in it. It's really good. It has 0 sugars. That's what I was looking for. The taste is okay. I needed to dilute it with water. I actually didn't drink. The one that I tasted, I've only had about half because it's actually making me pretty sick. But I'm saving it, hoping that later on down the line, it'll adjust more with my stomach. But it was just not working for me. So my main concern right after surgery was just getting in fluids. It doesn't really matter the protein as long as you're not letting yourself get dehydrated, because clear liquids, it's very hard to get in your protein anyway, and you're drinking so little. So I actually had the little cups I was drinking out of to know how many sips I'm taking. So each cup I could fit 3 sips. And I would do, one of those every 15 minutes, give or take. At first I was sleeping so much that I didn't really notice how much I was drinking. I was just trying to get as much in as possible. So for clear liquids, I eventually had some soup. I bought the box soup, the box of broth. Don't do it. It's disgusting because it doesn't have the seasonings and stuff in it. I didn't really realize that when I bought it. It was gross. So my mom went out and bought me the Lipton soups, the chicken noodle or even just chicken broth, and we would strain everything out of it, and that soup was so good. If I had to give one recommendation, is warm fluids. The warm fluids, as soon as I started sipping warm broth, all so much gas just started coming out. I felt so much relief. The warm fluids were the best thing for me. It was so great. At one point I did have a hot chocolate. It was water-based because I needed something, just getting in fluid. My mom wanted to get me something she knew I would drink. It was low sugar, but the warm fluid really pushed things out, and I was so getting low on fluids that it's something that was needed for me. I had some popsicles. They aren't my favorite because I was always afraid drinking the popsicles. I wouldn't know where to stop because that whole popsicle is not going to fit in your stomach. And sure, you drink it, you suck on it over time, but I was afraid of stretching my pouch out, so I really only suck on it and then just let the rest melt in the sink because it just wasn't really my thing. And my doctor had warned me that sometimes cold things can make your stomach muscles spasm more in pain the first 24 hours. So I kind of just wanted to stick to the warm fluids. So I was on clear liquids a little longer. He told me to, the doctor had me wait till the weekend. When I finally started full liquids, I started off my Saturday with a clear broth soup just because I wanted to start off with something I know I'd tolerate. The warm fluid got some gas out, and it was great. And then I started with my Premier Protein shake. It took me maybe 2 hours to get the whole thing down. I was just trying to be careful. Like, I'm just so worried about getting sick because I've seen everyone get sick from eating too much. So I was using like these little cups. I'd fill this up and, to here, and it was about 3 sips of each. Like, each one of these was 3 sips, so it took me a little bit, but it was worth it. And I learned my lesson because yesterday I did not use this little cup, and I just tried to sip out of the bottle because eventually you're not going to use these anymore. And I didn't pace myself well enough, and I got really sick yesterday. Like, it wasn't super sick. I just felt really nauseous for like 2 hours. Like, it was unhappy. So with my protein shakes, I didn't realize cream soups were supposed to be puree stage. So I had some cream soup, like cream of chicken, like the regular Lipton box cream of chicken. I had bought cream of chicken like Campbell's. I bought like tomato soup. I bought cream of potato. I haven't tried any of them yet because I've been like trying to get my shakes in. I started out drinking 1 shake a day, like half of the shake in the morning and have a soup for lunch and half a shake at night. I know that's only 30 grams of protein, but I was just trying to, pace myself because I was worried about getting sick. So those first 2 days were just hell for me. And I am just so lucky that it was only 2 days. I know some people get so sick for a while, and some people don't have any pain at all. So this is just my story. So I kind of just stuck to that for a few days. I spoke to my surgeon yesterday. He has actually cleared me to start progressing to puree foods as I see fit, like as long as I'm doing well. So yesterday I had an applesauce. It took me, I took a baby spoon just to be sure I wasn't going to overeat it. And I ate a bit over time. And it sit really well. Like, I was fine. I actually was not hungry for a long time. I just sipped on my water all day because I felt like that really satisfied me. And then later in the evening, I had been craving cheese. Just been craving cheese. So all I had in my house was cheese sticks, like the light cheese sticks. So I mashed it up like with a fork, like really good mash, and then I chewed it really well. And I had a cheese stick last night. It was so good. It was amazing. And it sat well with me fine. Like, I honestly wasn't even really hungry this morning. Like, I felt like it really satisfied me. Like, I felt like my body was asking for something real. It was done with the fluids. Like, honestly, my protein shakes usually, like, before surgery made me full. They don't make me full. Like, I'm not really feeling a full feeling. It's not really feeling like hungry, or like I'm not feeling hungry. I just feel empty. Like, I feel like it wants something, but it's not like hunger, like stomach growling anymore. So today I'm going to try some yogurts, and I bought a piece of salmon to puree. Well, I had a piece of salmon to puree, and I was told to puree maybe turkey with gravy or chicken with broth. Blend that together. My surgeon has 5 stages. He has the clears, the full liquid, the puree, the soft, and then the solid foods instead of just puree and soft being in the same one. Honestly, knowing myself, I might, kind of just stick to softy puree because puree food just doesn't sound very appealing. I'm gonna, mash it up with my fork, chew it really well, have really small bites, because that's what most people do. They have a soft, and just see how I do with that, because puree doesn't sound very good to me. And usually there's only 4 stages. There's not really 5 stages, and most people do it just fine. So I have some salmon to cook. I'm gonna buy some turkey. I'm gonna wait a few days to get chicken because I like my stuff to be fresh. I know people usually use pinto beans that have more protein. The only beans I like are baked beans. So I tried to get a healthy baked bean, and it's a can this big, and a serving size has 8 grams of protein, and it's low in fat, low in carb. And you're only gonna be eating a few bites of it at a time. So I got that. I got some Progresso light soups, with beef and vegetables in it, because once it's cooked in that broth, it's going to be really, really soft. So you can chew it really well. So I got some of those to have as well. I'm excited to start the soft foods because I feel very tired still. I'm feeling very tired in 1 week. I feel like I want to go exercise, but there's nothing I can really do. Walking around my block honestly has got me pretty exhausted right now, just because I'm only eating 500 calories a day. Plus, I was a really big sleeper. Like, I always napped before surgery. So I've just been doing that. I actually have my Wii Fit. I know it's really old. It's like 10 years old. I've had it forever. Set up. I've been doing like the cardio exercise where you just step on, and you can like watch Netflix while you're just doing steps as well. And I was actually thinking about going to the gym today just to walk on the treadmill or maybe just sit on a bike for a little bit. I know you're supposed to be careful, and don't worry, I'll be very careful. But I'm also getting a little stir crazy. I have only left the house twice in 7 days, and they were for doctor's appointments. Today I'm going to finally drive for the first time to go to the store to get some things to puree. So I'm excited about that. I have not taken my pain meds since day 2, because I actually had a really rough reaction to them. I would wake up in the middle of the night like shaking because my pulse was racing so bad that I was shaking. So it was really nice. I'll post again probably in the week 2. So this week I only lost 7.2 pounds. I'm actually kind of disappointed. I really wanted to hit like a double digit, like 10. But I also have to, understand that my body's going to be different than everyone else's. And 7 pounds is better than nothing. I don't see a difference. So far, from the start of my pre-op diet, I've lost 20.2 pounds. And I don't see a difference, but then again, I also stare at myself all day. Like you see yourself all the time. My measurements around my stomach are the same. So I'm just, taking it day by day. And I'm supposed to go back to work next week. I thought I was going back on Thursday, but I have a pretty physical job. And seeing how I don't think I can work a 12-hour shift when I can barely, do a lap all the way around my neighborhood. So they've actually given me some more time off. I don't go back till completely next week, like on Tuesday. So that actually gives me a full 2 weeks off plus some. So I'm excited to start this journey. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I'm eating or anything that I've tried, or any suggestions you might have for me going into the puree stage. Thanks.